Hello, and welcome to my Python Programming for Beginners course. In this video, we're going to be learning about functions. During the previous videos, we have actually been using functions quite a bit. Input is a function that allows us to type text, which our program can use, and print is a function that displays text to the console. The purpose of a function is it allows us to write code once, and then reuse this code throughout our program without having to retype this code again. So if we switch to our VS Code, let's begin. So we'll create a new folder, 07-functions, and we will create a new file called functions.py. So to create a function, you first start off by typing def, short for define, and we'll create a function called print text. Then we'll put parentheses, colon, and then when you press enter, you're indented by a tab. Then all the code that's inside here is now part of this print text function. So what we'll then do is print hello world. So to actually run this function, we grab the name of the function, print text, we do it like that, and put parentheses. So you do the function name, parentheses, and what we can do is copy this, do it a few more times, and now let's run it by pressing F5, and for debug, select Python file. And then in the terminal here, we should see hello world has been printed 3 times. So we wrote print hello world once and defined inside this function, and then when we call this function, it runs the code inside here, print hello world. So with functions, you can actually pass data to it, and the code inside of it can use it. So if we create a new function called def say hello, we're going to pass the parameter called name, and then inside here we'll do print hello name. So if we grab the say hello, we can pass the name Josh, we can pass the name Bob, we can pass the name John, and if we run it now, you can see it printed 3 times, hello Josh, hello Bob, hello John. So that's the basics of how a function works. What we'll do now is we'll return to our to-do list, hyphen that program. So we'll go to the for loop folder, copy that, and we'll paste it into the functions folder. So what we're going to do now is create a function which prints out our to-do list. So we're going to be changing how this code works. So let's go up here, def print to-do list, and we're going to pass a parameter called to-do list. Then we do colon for that. We are going to cut this line of code and paste into here. Make sure it's all indented correctly. So as we're now inside this function, we're not going to be using this variable name. We're going to be using the variable name of to-do list. So copy that and then replace my to-do list with to_do_list. But what we'll do first is we're going to do a check to see if there are no items in the list. What we can do is if len, the function len, and then put to-do list inside of that, equals 0. So len is a function which takes a collection and counts how many items are in the collection. So in this case, if the output of len equals 0, which means there are no items in the to-do list, we're going to print out there are no items in the to-do list. And after that, while inside of the if statement, we're going to type return. Return is a keyword which, when it's ran, it breaks out of a function early. So we've still got all this code down here, but if we put it on a list that's empty, it'll go into this if statement, go to return, and then it'll cancel it. So this code will never run if the list is empty. So now that we have done that, we can put the print to-do list function into here. And for the parameter, we're going to be passing it our my to-do list variable into here. Something I did notice, we're going to be grabbing this one as well, and we're going to be putting it here. So when the function runs, if it's empty, it will simply state that there are no items in the to-do list. But if there are items, it will say your to-do list, and I'll print out each item that's in it. So if we press F5 to give this a shot, so we can see at the bottom, there are no items in the to-do list. As we've just ran the program and the list starts off as being empty, there are no items in it. So if we add an item, to-do list item is what we'll call it. And now it says your to-do list, and it states that index 0 is called to-do list item. So if we then go and delete this item, it's back to having no items in the to-do list. I hope you enjoy this video and now have a better understanding as to what a function is. Make sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss out on any new videos that are added to this Python Programming for Beginners course.